revenue, like $4 in the last month.
Yeah, no, I think everybody's being fucked over by the system right now. So.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Joining me so far is just myself and Loudmouth Reviews here. So.
Yeah, Jim. You can call me Jim.
All right, how you doing tonight?
I'm okay.
Hanging in there, trying to
hang in there. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. The YouTube demonetization thing is funny though, because once we've decided to not monetize our channels anymore, you can say whatever the hell you want, pretty much. You know.
Yeah. Not really. You can still always get fucked over without monetization.
No, I know, but you're more free to do it. Like you can build up your brand on YouTube and then say, "Go over to my VidMe." You know.
Yeah, but even big channels don't make much on VidMe.
Hey there, EJ. I thought for sure Cuntstream's gonna steal you tonight.
EJ.
Hey man.
Hello, EJ.
It's not for an hour though, so.
The Cuntstream isn't for an hour.
Yeah, so I'm sure they'll invite you at some point, but.
I don't get invited to the Cuntstream anymore because I pissed them off.
Yeah, argument with Bearing apparently.
Yes, which thou shalt. It's the ultimate rule in the anti-SJW community. Thou shalt not pick or disagree with Bearing.
Yeah, I wanted to show this though. Okay, this is the actual crowd at the Phoenix thing outside, which isn't too bad, right?
That's not too bad.
Those are the people supporting Trump who couldn't get in. Okay, those weren't the counter protesters. But this picture that they're showing here, trying to say that this is Phoenix, it's not. This is from a Cavaliers parade. This picture.
Those lying motherfuckers.
I know.
Lies.
That's what I'm saying.
They're trying so hard.
Don't hand me no
lies. This is the size of the actual protest, not these millions, thousands that they were showing. Like it's just.
Yeah.
This is the best one though. This guy here. Like what?
What? Why?
A tortoise. I don't know. You know, all the stuff with Trump is just funny. It's like, yeah, Trump's responsible for all this shit. Trump's responsible. It's like, no, he's not. And then Richard Spencer is such a moron that he said Trump has never spoken out against the alt-right and never will.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm like, did you hear those speeches? No, but then he's saying that he's past nationalism now it's like continentalism, and I was just like, so are they gonna kick him out for being? Because he posted his what's it called? His 23andMe results. You know, the genealogical survey thing, and it said that he's 0.2% black African.
Oh no, that meant under the one drop rule, he's fucked, man. It reminds me of that.
True.
I'm saying it reminds me of that joke from the Boondocks when Uncle Ruckus gets a genealogy test and they determine that he's 102% African with a 2% margin of error.
Okay, so this was apparently the afternoon of the 22nd in Phoenix on Craigslist. Okay. Actors required, Phoenix Convention Center. Rent a Mob, that's what it's called, which specializes in memorable events, is searching for convincing and energetic actors in the Phoenix metro area to participate in an outdoor event at the Convention Center on Tuesday, August 22nd. We are especially looking for females 18 to 30, but we'll consider all applicants.
Females 15 to 30. Nice.
Yeah. Even though they all wear masks, I don't understand that, but anyway. The most important quality we see is enthusiasm.
Because boobs is all you need, okay? They can wear a mask, but if you still see the boobs, they'll still attract a following.
But look at
Doesn't matter where you're from. People
hour.
Understand boobs.
People understand
There's no
boobs.
language barrier there.
No.
Unless you're gay, I guess.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Look at what he's paying, though. He's paying $50 an hour plus travel expenses.
That's good fucking money. That is goddamn good money. It's more than I make. Yeah. I should do that. I should sign up for this shit.
Look at this, though. Resume optional. Very good. You need a headshot and a full body shot for some reason, but resume is optional.
Full body shot, yeah.
Just like, naked if you want. We don't care.
Oh, yeah. For $50 an hour, you can see my dick.
that's what's funny is he doesn't even need that many Antifa actors in there to get the whole crowd riled up. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and people say, "Oh, his speech was so great." It was okay. Like the points he made were good, but my problem with Trump's speeches is the way he delivers them. You can tell when someone else wrote it for him. You know, it's just when he writes his own when he writes his own speeches, it just comes across. I don't know. But when he gives his speeches, it just sounds so horrible the way he delivers them.
Yeah, honestly, Trump's a dumbass. He makes a lot of shitty speeches, and honestly, I see being manipulated by slogans is basically a sign of low intelligence.
Yeah.
But I love how like his daughter. Okay, his daughter is supposedly his assistant, right? And she's a younger gal. She's like our age, in her 30s. Why wouldn't she explain to her father what Antifa was or what these groups' names are? Like, why isn't she writing speeches for him? You know, I've heard her speak, and she's a pretty good speaker compared to Trump. You know, so why isn't she writing for him, you know? I don't know. So anyway, yeah, here's the Eclipse article, though. A couple things. First off, it's on the Atlantic, so that should tell you something, right?
That should tell me something.
Like, this woman shouldn't be even talking about science. She's a law professor.
She knows best.
What was that?
What the hell was that?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That wasn't me.
Was that a sound that came out of my mic?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Sorry if so.
Yeah, so it's some old white lady anyway. Writing this. Okay, so a tour of the solar eclipse's path reveals a nation that fought to maintain a different sort of totality. Okay. This is kind of funny to get through. The other funny thing is that this is listed under science. Okay. Totality is everything, say those who chase solar eclipses. When the moon fully obscures the sun and casts a shadow on Earth, the result is like nothing you've seen before, not even a partial eclipse. A merely partial eclipse does not flip day to night because the sun is bright enough to lighter fields of vision, blah, blah, blah. But when the sun and moon align just so, a little piece of Earth goes dark in the middle of the day. In this path of totality, night comes suddenly, and one can see the shape of the moon as a circle darker than... Whatever. Anyway, okay. So, on 21st, the solar eclipse came. Okay, we don't need that. This is the part. It has been dubbed the Great American Eclipse, and along most of its path, there live almost no black people. Now, before I go on with it, I want to point out something, okay? I did the math on this.
I can't handle this kind of stupidity. I really can't handle this.
No, I know, but I did the math on this, right? I actually went through the states in its path, right? And I added up how many black people are in those states.
Who fucking cares? My God.
No, but listen to this. The total came out to 5% of the people in the path were black. And when you think that black people only make up 13% of the whole population, that's a lot of people. You know, it was millions of black people that were there.
So yeah, but again, who fucking cares?
I know.
It's a fucking eclipse. It doesn't give a shit about any human beings. It's an inanimate force of nature that's in this giant universe. People don't get how vast this universe is and how little our little petty struggles on this little blue dot in this universe really matter in the grand scheme of things.
I know, but this part says the sun and moon cannot be held responsible. It's like, no shit.
No. So are you telling me the sun and the moon aren't like sentient entities?
We want reparations
from the fucking sun. I mean, it's not enough that the sun burns for billions of years, fueling all life on Earth. It works its ass off to keep life on this planet going, and these assholes are complaining about it. What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, they're like, Oregon, where this begins, is almost entirely white. 10% of people who do not identify as white are Latino, American, Indian, Alaskan, or Asian. Yeah, it was like a small percentage. There are very few black Oregonians, and this is not by accident. The land was not, of course, always inhabited by white people, but as a U.S. territory, then a state, Oregon sought to get and stay white.
Are you sure this article is not satire? This article has to be satire. This isn't the Onion, the
Atlantic.
Atlantic. Oh, fuck. You sure it's not like the Onion Atlantic? Because this is too stupid. This is too stupid for me to handle. I can't handle this shit. It's like no.
Well, basically, the point of this article, okay, it wasn't necessary to say that the sun's responsible, but those lines, but the sun possibly being responsible. But it's like, okay, yeah, there are people who are racist and own slaves in all these states. That's what they're trying to point out, right? Which is fine. But I find out that Kansas is like 14% black or some number like that. Like, it's a huge number, you know? And like Kentucky has a lot of black people, surprisingly, you know. Of course, they leave those ones out, right? Oh, Omaha, the city of Omaha is 14%. But they leave out the states that have the largest percentages in this article. Obviously, they don't want to mention them, right?
You know, I don't know. Did anyone see Game of Thrones? Because it was pretty fucking awesome. I actually just caught up with it earlier today.
I haven't been watching it.
I have not been watching Game of Thrones.
Nope.
I thought it was awesome. I just needed to distract my brain from the mental fart that was that article.
No, there's still more to it. It's only 9.5 done, but I'm trying to find any more parts of what's not that aren't talking about stupid slavery bullshit.
That was amazing.
I'm wondering if I should make a.
Go ahead.
I'm saying I'm wondering. I'm glad you showed me this article. I might just do a loudmouth reads and do a response video to this article.
In the last 12 minutes, it will probably pass over more black Americans than it does throughout all of its earlier journey. Fuck off. Whatever.
It's the fucking sun. It doesn't care about your fucking race.
It's the
sun.
Did she actually count, though, of how many black people were visiting the path of totality during the eclipse? I don't think she accounted for that.
Oh, my fuck.
Because there were a lot of people driving out there.
Oh.
Just in a neighboring state, there was like 1 million people or so. Because it was right in the middle of
what this article is trying to say is that the places that the sun passes over are already in darkness because, you know, black people are oppressed in these places, apparently. But it's like people choosing not to live somewhere doesn't mean oppression. Like,
no, you stop using that common sense. That is too much.
Exactly.
Here, I'm just gonna post. I'm just gonna post this meme. Okay, that's all I can do right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna be doing another article about this. Thing says, like Taylor Swift does, grow up at work. Men must wake up. Blah blah blah. Well, I went and found a Psychology Today study that shows that. Okay, so in that article by The Guardian, they talk about 50% of women report being groped or sexually assaulted at work. Well, guess what Psychology Today says? 50% of men report the same thing.
No shit. Yeah, here's my only reaction to it. Yeah. That's it. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Bad news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. Yeah, but I love that meme. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Because that's so true. I don't want to live on this fucking planet anymore after reading that article. That article numbed my fucking brain off.
I got a more fun one to watch. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. The audio is going to be playing through a mic. It still picks it up pretty good as long as people don't talk to it. So I'm going to play like 10, 15 seconds at a time, and then we'll talk about whatever she said. But this is, okay. Let's see if this is a month or two old, I guess. But not a lot of people have talked about this yet. But I just think it's really funny. Okay, so you know how Ashley Judd has been all SJW lately?
Ashley Judd, you said? You know, my most popular video is a response to Ashley Judd, so yeah, I know.
Okay, so this is a new one. Okay, hold on.
From the airport, I'm traveling today, and this is the kind of thing to me that happens, which I categorize as everyday sexism. And it's so easy to let it go, not to speak up, particularly when.
Okay, first off, you know, some rich bitch going to the airport talking about, oh, I'm so oppressed. It's bullshit. I know. The whole everyday sexism thing is just so ridiculous.
She's an absolutely spoiled, miserable woman. That's all she is.
I know. Look at that fucking hat too. That's like.
When it's so easy for someone to push back and say, "Oh, I was just being polite" or something like that. So I was coming through security, and a guy said, "Hey, sweetheart," and I said, "I'm not your sweetheart. I am your client." So I was already setting a boundary.
Jesus.
So how much you want to bet, right, that if they had called her ma'am, she would be offended because they thought she was old?
Well, she is pushing. She is like almost 50 now, ain't she?
I know. It's
She can't really hide from that fact anymore.
Yeah, that's the real problem. She's definitely not the looker she was in the 90s.
No, but it's not like it's some construction. It's not like it's some construction worker going like, "Hey, sweetheart, come over here." You know, it wasn't that kind of catcalling. Even though that's fine too, but it wasn't that kind of catcalling. It was just literally the guy being nice, saying, "Oh, sweetheart, you forgot something." Blah blah blah. Right? Ugh.
And then when I was setting my things out, he said, "Hey, nice dress."
Oh no!
I didn't hear him saying anything about the attire of any of the other folks in the entire line, and I am in one of the most traveled airports in the world.
Do you ever think that he recognized you?
And you're a celebrity?
Nice dress. It's like, why do women? Let me say, even with men, okay, why do people in general dress nice?
Because every girl's crazy for a sharp dress.
Yeah, exactly. One, to feel good about themselves. Okay, that's fine. But two, it's so other people notice you. Unless you're at work. If you're at work and wearing a suit, that's a bit different.
Oh yeah. And what the fuck does a woman who's who's pretty much made a career out of the fact that when she was younger she was pretty, and now she's offended that men would be attracted to her? All right, that's kind of like been the whole basis of why she's a fucking millionaire, is the fact that she was very good looking back in the 90s.
But you know, one of the top food reviewers on YouTube, he puts on a suit every freaking day just to review fast food items.
Oh, I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, report of the week. He wears suits from like the 50s and 60s, though, like the old style.
Yeah,
corduroy and shit.
Well, you know, Ashley Judd got her like acting start in Star Trek: The Next Generation, so we can blame Captain Picard for unleashing her on the world.
Yeah, wasn't she like young at that point? Like,
she was like 20 years old, and she was a love interest for Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I'm surrounded by lots and lots of other people in lots of different kinds of dress. I set
Prove
my
it.
stuff on the doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls. And I was speaking with one of his colleagues. She was saying, "Do you have on high-heeled shoes?" Whatever. And guess what happened next? He touched me.
Oh, you mean he did a pat down? Is that what you're gonna say?
Which is kind of their job to do.
And you notice the only video she has is afterwards. You would think after the moment he started touching her that she would have turned her cell phone on or some shit. Or before that, when he called her sweetheart, that she would have turned her cell phone on and then confronted him on camera.
As if calling her sweetheart is some crime.
And
anyone can call me sweetheart if they want, okay? Like,
but it's like,
Ashley Judd, you can call me sweetheart and I will not sue.
yeah, but has she been there the entire afternoon and seen the guy interact with everybody?
She's just been like watching him from a kiosk, spying on him and recording him.
Their face.
I didn't see him touch anybody else. And I turned around and I said, that was unnecessary. By the time, you know, my skin is burning, my feet are burning, it's so hard to continue to set these boundaries when
Your
Life
skin
is
is
hard
burning
for-
from the guy touching you.
Life is hard if you're a rich celebrity, isn't it? Life is so
It is
fucking
hard.
hard for you, isn't it?
And I bet you he touched her arm, like her elbow or something, to tell her she could go or whatever. You know, that's probably what it was. He probably touched her fucking elbow. Like,
What?
I doubt he grabbed her ass.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't copping a field, Grandma.
for good measure,
Yeah, you're not the looker you were in the '90s. That's the Judd. Men aren't that interested anymore. Okay, you've aged. You've gotten a little on the older side. Your cheeks are starting to droop just a little bit. You know.
Well, you can see the Botox in them. You can tell the cheeks have had Botox.
I don't know. She's just not aging well. You know, because
But it's like, how dare you say "have a good day" to me?
Her face also just looks so fake.
She probably has had like surgery to halt the aging process.
And I caught my breath and I said my prayers and my
Caught your breath?
Huh?
She caught her breath. Yeah.
Yes.
This is fun. Oh my god, this is hilarious.
This is Ashley Judd. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I love the outfit. It looks like the Flying Nun. You remember? Ever seen stuff for that show back in the 70s or whatever? It was a show. She had this white hat, this ridiculous white hat, and she could none like could fly. It's like, oh my god.
Y'all, my skin's chrome like buttery popcorn. I said, would you like hotcakes? Hotcakes. I said, I'm not your hotcakes.
Oh my god, this is an awesome parody.
Your client. I was there with my friend Bob Johnson. I call him Bob because Johnson, really? It's offensive. And then we sat down, this guy comes up, he looks us right in our eyes. He didn't look no one else in their eyes. And he said, is everything okay?
No, that's pretty much the level of stupidity here, right?
Okay? Really? If there's one thing I've learned in my 28 nude scenes and my 14 terrible movies, it's that after take 25, we need boundaries.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Sorry, I'm back. As you know, I made a Facebook Live yesterday. The sexist encounter I had with the gentleman at the grocery store bagging my groceries. He was talking about, how my avocados looked so nice and trying to come to my car.
Oh, who's this chick at? Jessica Gullen. We should invite her on because she's kind of cute. I like her.
Yeah.
I don't have a fancy dress, but anyway, I just wanted to tell you about this female oppression. The doctor came in this morning to see my mom, and he commented on how good my Skittles looked.
Taste that rainbow.
Yeah, these things. Like, these people are so good. I gotta make a parody of this. I really do. I gotta do a face video just for these, because the ones I'm finding.
Well, folks, good morning. I tell you, I just had to do this today. I saw one of them videos yesterday, one of them judges. I believe her name's Ashley, not real sure. I know she's the one that evidently can't sing like the rest of them because she had to go into acting. But she brought
Why do you have a kid crying in the background, buddy?
about something that I didn't think much of, but it's that. But anyway, I went on and got what I needed, and I'll be darned. Before I know it, she done complimented my overalls. There was a bunch of other people in there.
It's chickens, I think, or something.
I hope that's chicken.
I want to do a little live post from the restaurant that I'm eating today. These types of things happen every day. And it's so
Every day, bro.
It's so funny.
Every day.
Oh God, I am currently working on trying to write a Jake Paul rap. Don't make fun of that thing. A Jake Paul style rap, because it's just so horrible. Like it just
Might blow up.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
easy
I'll be rice gum.
to let it go and not speak up. So I was having my dinner And this guy walks up to me
Here it comes.
and says, "You guys need to go vote against Trump the next time."
Oh my god, this woman is back with another one. Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm gonna be today,
0 subscribers. That sucks.
and I had to go inside to go get it. And this guy walks out of the door, turns around, and holds the door open for me. And I said, "Thank you." And he says, "You're welcome, ma'am. Have a good day." You're welcome. He didn't say it to anybody else. He just said,
That's really good. I like that one.
That's actually a good one. Yes.
Don't know where to go.
Yeah, that woman deserves more than 0 subscribers. That's for sure. For that, just for that joke.
Yeah. That's basically the only response to that. It's just like, why? How are these people like triggered by everything?
Yeah, because they are. Because they're just. Yeah. Well, actually, Judge, she's just a completely spoiled woman. She just has no perspective on the real world because she's never had to like work for anything.
Yeah, no. Well,
I feel like the entire thing was just like her arrogance disguised as feminism.
It really was. That really the woman just is a chronic narcissist. It seems.
She's just a fucking asshole. Like,
Yeah.
For demanding higher pay. Her plea basically amounts to, I want me.
okay, this is Amy Schumer wanting Chris Rock money.
Now. Now, she wants the same pay or comparable pay to Chappelle or Chris Rock because they think it's unfair. This is a blow to gender equality, as it was written about at Variety. And, I guess it's hard to find people who pay you to perform after the stigma with Blackfish. So,
what's funny about that is that, okay, they gave Chappelle a $30 million deal for three specials, right? Chappelle's been at it a hell of a lot longer than Schumer has, first off.
And here's the bigger thing: he's a lot funnier than she is.
he is a
His new
lot
stuff
funnier.
is-
Yeah.
All
His
right.
new stuff, not so much. Okay, he did a 4-hour set at Comedy Store. He does this. Okay, he'll march in the Comedy Store and they'll let him go on stage for as long as he fucking wants. He took everyone else's set away because he stayed up there for 4 fucking hours. Basically said nothing. In between jokes, when he had nothing to say, if there's no laughter, he likes to slap the microphone on his thigh. But like Amy Schumer's last special, she didn't get offered as much money because it didn't do well.
Yeah. How funny is that?
What's that?
Yeah. Who could have thought that if you're unfunny and your stuff doesn't sell, you won't make as much money?
I know.
yeah, but this is a perfect microcosm for the 77 cents in the dollar myth, the feminism equal pay myth, because I don't think you could have a more clear-cut example of someone undeserving of equal pay. So let's see, why might she make less than Chris Rock?
It's like she's making less than Chris Rock because she's
Because Chris Rock is because Chris Rock. Well, honestly, Chris Rock though probably doesn't deserve the pay either because his stuff has sucked the last decade or so. But he used to be funny, but way back when.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Chris Rock shows up at Comedy Store. Okay, he did a set there for like 20 minutes. He's like, how much is the ticket here? He's like, they're like, oh, two drinks. And he's like, that why don't you pay for parking at one of my shows? He's like, I'm not at the Holiday Inn. I'm at the Bogota or whatever. It's like, but Chris Rock he's okay. But the problem is he repeats himself like the audience is stupid.
Well, with Chris Rock though, I mean, he's really some of like his old comedy routines were actually funny,
Like
and
he goes,
but
women can't go
'cause he's
up
willing to
in
be out there,
lifestyle,
but-
right? And then he'll say, they can't go up in lifestyle. He'll just repeat himself, right?
like I saw this one sketch from the 90s called How to Avoid Getting Your Ass Beat by the Police, which was fucking hilarious. But he hasn't made anything that funny in a while.
Yeah. Okay, this is an amazing video that I thought I wanted to watch part of. It's a long video, but I don't want to watch the whole thing because I don't think Repsion will care. But as long as we keep to the fair use rules, it's fine. Whatever. he won't say anything.
Repsion. All he does is use his channel now to show for hot chicks in order so they'll pay attention to him. You ever notice that?
No, I know, but this last video he did was actually really good. So hold on.
What was it? Like I saw him showing Zoda's life because Zoda's life is fucking cute. All right, and he should. And in the past, he's shilled a few other.
I know, but this is about Joy Sparkle, so it's pretty interesting.
The difference is, are you going to be honest with that past? Are you going to talk about that past? Or are you going to try to ignore it like it never happened? My problem with somebody's past is if they don't learn from the past, if behaviors that they had in the past are still exhibited in the future, that's concerning to me, and that's why I'm responding.
Finish it. You're supposed to do a month cycle of it. And it was very, very difficult for my body. My body's very sensitive. So one thing I want to tell people is if you ever looked into doing oxygen therapy like I was doing with this vegetable hydrogen peroxide, be very careful.
Okay, so she says basically that she had a tumor and she cured it with like onions.
Bullshit.
I know,
Bullshit.
but that's what's funny. Is she claims all this stuff and she's totally insane, and then like does all these videos. But he's pointing out that like, and then people are attacking Repsion because he's bragging in this video. Okay, he goes, "I managed to upgrade my computer to this gigantic hard drive and everything just from selling pictures of my feet." You know, so that's really funny though. So that's what he's doing now. He's selling foot fetish pictures to people.
You want to what? People want to see my feet here. Everyone will see.
Don't give those away for free.
There we go.
Oh, and you know how
all free. It's all fucking free.
You know how
free.
H3 was being sued or whatever for
Yeah.
supposed copyright infringement or whatever? He won, so
Yeah.
he won that lawsuit. So I guess it's a good.
Who's the guy who sued him? It was like a prank channel, right?
Yeah, something like that. I was watching something like today. They were talking about some guy who did prank channels and stuff, and every prank and video he did was copied like word for word from other creators, and it's so hilarious. Like he did these vines, and they're all copied. It's just.
Just a sad man.
No, I know, but it's like, am I getting so desperate for views now that I have to start? Because I'm disabled too. So it's like, do I have to start acting like Ricky Berwick or whatever in order to get views? Because Ricky Berwick just crawls around on the floor acting like a moron. You know, and it's starting to get to the point that I feel like I have to start saying that shit. It's just, I don't know. It's so ridiculous. And everything now, it's like, you're afraid to make jokes on YouTube anymore. Like, I'm not afraid of losing money. I'm just afraid of losing the channel completely that I worked so hard for.
And what's going on with Dankula? Did he get convicted or anything, or is he serving time?
Who?
Count Dankula, the guy who had the pug. He taught how to tail.
They raised a shit ton of money for his legal fund.
It's so ridiculous. That's the most stupidest shit I ever heard. Like, that's a crime. I mean, maybe the joke is in bad taste, but seriously, something they should arrest him for? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's ridiculous. And like how German police arrested two guys who like threw up a salute like they were just tourists or something.
Just insane.
He says he's not in jail yet. I'm trying to see if there's a thing about if he's posted anything about when he's going to jail or whatever.
Yeah, I hope he gets off, because it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
I know.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
All he did was make an in bad taste prank. Okay, it was so fucking.
No, but like he should have had the court date by now, and I guess maybe he's got a.
Maybe they'll drop the case with all the publicity it hopefully is getting.
Yeah, but he probably has a non-disclosure or something.
And like the biggest thing about this case is that it if it doesn't favor him, it does set a precedent, at least in Scotland and probably the UK.
12 hours ago, he said something about someone else making a joke in Scotland, and he said, I make a joke and I'm looking at a year, but I could dress as a Nazi and make my kids dress as Jews, and that's fine? Yeah. That's apparently what someone did, and Scotland's not going to charge them.
Jesus.
That's also a joke in pretty bad taste. But seriously, the pug thing, because he had a pug he trained to do this. The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I know, it's freaking ridiculous.
Wait. So what's
yeah.
that thing that Dankula was talking about? That someone dressed up as Nazis and Jews?
Yeah, it's right here. I don't want to get a hate speech flag, though, on my account.
All right.
I will link it, though, in the side chat. I'm not going to show it on the screen just because YouTube's assholes. Yeah. I don't want another community strike. I already have one, so I don't want another one at the same time.
I understand. I've never gotten a community strike or any strike.
They're not like child abuse images. The kids have a star on their vest. It's like, they don't know what it means. But still.
It kind of makes me think that like social media is behind it, because that's that would basically be the difference between these two cases, besides like Dankula is a lot more known.
Well, it's at the Orange Lodge and in a certain part in Scotland, but they love the Queen, so I guess that's why they
wow.
Something like that.
I can't take this farce. It's an absolute.
I know, but it's like other people
get
to do shit in Scotland and they don't get to at all.
I wish I could help that guy out, because it's really rough what he's doing. And it's such an injustice.
Yeah.
And I'll criticize jokes in bad taste. I've done it before, but I'm not going to advocate anyone be arrested for it.
No, I know. And that wasn't even that bad.
You think of jokes in bad taste, you tell the guy fuck off or whatever for it. You tell him a piece of shit, but you don't arrest him.
That wasn't even that bad of a joke either. It was just...
No, it's not even that bad of a joke. I've heard way worse. Okay? Way worse.
Yeah. Like, people wouldn't even found out about it if you didn't post it everywhere, though. So, but then again, what's the point training your dog to do that if you can't show it off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like that phrase would never be uttered unless he uttered it to the dog. Like most likely, like it would be really funny if you put like a Hitler documentary on the screen where, you know, and every time he said it, he would just the dog would just start saluting. That would be really funny. You just find clips of him saying it over and over and over again. Drive your poor dog crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did raise a ton of money for him for his legal defense. I don't know if it's helping, but one of the posts he made, he said he's looking at a year in jail. So I don't know how his
a year in jail. Wow, a year of the man's life for what?
I don't think it'll be. I'm hoping it won't be like a high security prison, but it probably will.
Put him in fucking like max security
like
prison.
You would think that it would be like a local jail, not like a full-blown prison. But depends on the Scottish laws. I don't know what the rules are on hate speech in Scotland. I don't know. But doing a Nazi salute, that's not even hate speech. Because goose stepping and saluting like that, the commies did it too, did they not? Like, wasn't the communist thing like really similar?
I don't know. I couldn't say.
Because, I mean, there's other cultures besides those two, I'm sure, that have done salutes like that too. It's not...
Let's see.
And it's not even that far off from putting your hand up to your head like they do in the U.S. military anyway. You know, I'm just saying, it's just a different arm position is somehow more offensive than another one. Give me a break. It's like the swastika, right? The swastika wasn't always a hate symbol.
Yeah, it's in like Hindu culture or something. Or
yeah, but all
Hindu religion.
All the Nazis did is they turned it on a slight angle.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. The swastika is like a Hindu symbol of like unity, basically. So it kind of like the Nazis kind of turned it into a hate symbol.
Well, just like, you know, just like blood and soil isn't necessarily racist. It's just who it's associated with.
Correct. That's the thing. It's really just a symbol. It's just some lines. It's just how you associate it, you know?
You know, someone else said something online that a friend of mine said something that seems to be coming true right now, that like, okay, He said that maybe the white nationalist stuff, Spencer and everybody, and Kessler or whatever, at that rally, and they picked those phrases and everything else and hung so close to the neo-Nazis and had them join them because everybody's been walking around calling them Nazis for so long. They decided to be, well, why don't we act like them? You know?
Yeah,
and then we'll show them
that's stupid. That's stupid, I think. That's a stupid way of looking at things.
No, it seems to be pretty accurate at this point because the torch thing, for example, okay, it looks too similar to a KKK rally to be a coincidence. You know what I mean? I think they wanted it to look that way because they knew about the controversy it would cause. As part of it, anyway. 1 sec. Be right back 1 second. Yeah, so I don't know. It just seemed ridiculous to me. Hold on. Grab a drink. Yeah, okay, well, you know what's even funnier? Macklemore is speaking out against his old haircut. He got rid of it because he doesn't want to be considered a Nazi, so he got rid of the old haircut.
Right. That's the thing. That's a very scary thing. It used to be that when men go bald, their worst fear was they'd get fewer dates. Now they have to worry about being attacked for being a Nazi if you happen to be going bald.
Or like a skinhead.
Yes, you're a skinhead if you're going bald. So don't go bald, fellas. All right, or you'll get killed. All right. So as if going bald.
And poor Macklemore, though, like his new songs, every time he comes out with a new song, he tries to be political, same love thing, but people just keep getting mad at him, like his white privilege song or whatever.
I haven't heard his white privilege song.
But his best song though is actually about commercialism, and it's really amazing. It's called Wings, and it's about a pair of friggin' shoes, and he used to love these or whatever, right? The Reeboks or whatever it was, with the stupid pump on them, and then one of his friends got killed over his fucking running shoes. And that's what the whole thing's about, basically, just not commercializing everything, but it's just, that's funny coming from him, considering how much money he makes, yeah.
I know he's living the life right now.
Yeah. Oh, and poor Robert Lee got taken off something on ESPN.
Yeah, because his name is that of Robert E. Lee, general for the Confederate.
Yeah, but first off, his middle initial, I don't think he has one. And it's not E if he does have one. And secondly, he's Asian. Like, his last name is Lee because he's Asian. It's like, why don't you just shorten it and call him Bob Lee? You know?
Yeah.
I guess they could use whatever his Chinese version of that name is, but it's just ridiculous though, because he's American. Right?
Like, whatever would push, I guess, like a PR team to make that call, or whoever the fuck made that call.
No, because of where the game was.
It was it in Virginia or
somewhere like that? I gotta find it. I don't know exactly where it was, but hold on. I'll find out where the game was supposed to be. Okay. And no one's even mad. Like, he's not even that mad about it either, but it was, yeah, it was Virginia. Something like that. Yep, Virginia. So I guess that's why they did it, but are people really going to be mad? Oh my god, the announcer's name is Robert Lee. Like, do you think people would have freaked out?
Yeah, imagine if you were just born with the name Robert Lee, you know?
It's like, ah, shit.
Oh, there's lots of guys that do. There's even guys that Google with the name Lee. So
yeah, it must suck to have that name.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but like, there's worse people than Robert E. Lee, and like,
I mean, you don't see
everybody,
named
like,
Adolf Hitler running around.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's been named that in a long time. Because, all right, because
no,
all the other
they're not
criminals
allowed to.
all the other Adolfs at the time were like tugging on their collars, like, dude, what's gonna happen?
No,
It's like,
the problem
like
is
any
most
parent who would
places-
name their kids that probably would be in deep shit. Despite the name that
No,
Stalin killed
Yeah.
more people than Hitler, and yet Joseph is still a common first name, but Adolf is like tainted. What's up with that?
Well, no, you know what the problem is that most places actually have laws against naming your kid Adolf Hitler.
I mean, I imagine that's true.
There was a couple parents who got investigated by Child Protective Services or whatever because they wanted to name the kid Adolf.
In
So
the fucking U.S.?
No, not in the U.S. I'm sure that's in Europe, and in the U.S. that's definitely legal.
yeah, I know.
It's protected under the First Amendment. Yeah,
Goddamn right.
Yeah, but the hospital would still call Child Protective Services on you. I guarantee it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's another ridiculous thing. Is they do this and it's just like they want any excuse to get involved, right? But you know what's sad is that I think it was yesterday they covered up the Charlottesville statue. So
The
they
one
covered
that
it up
had been pulled over, or
yeah, the Robert E. Lee statue that they had the protest over because they're going to be selling it, and I forget what they're doing with it, but they were planning to sell it and then pay reparations to black people. They said.
what? Sorry, we had nothing to do with this, but here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, reparations that's insanity.
It makes no sense.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, CNN is basically now saying that anybody that voted for Trump is basically a white supremacist. So yeah.
Yep. So 49 million people. Right?
I know.
All right, Hira, you on this side you have a war hawk, a liar, and a corrupt politician, and on the other hand you have Trump. But you'll be labeled a white supremacist, so choose wisely.
I know, but CNN keeps
Trump's
trying
a jackass. So I voted for Gary Johnson myself.
Yeah, I
feel the
wanted Bernie, and I voted for Trump because I just did not want Hillary. But I don't think I would have voted for either. In retrospect, seeing what he's done in the past few months.
Oh my God, Paul Ryan is such a pussy. Trump goes, "Oh, we're gonna finish that wall, even if it's to shut down the government." And Paul Ryan's like, "Trump, you better not shut down the government for the wall." It's like he wasn't talking literal, but he was talking about what's the money. No, but he was talking about we will find the money no matter what.
Are they going to come after PBS again, or oh wait, they already slashed that, didn't they?
Probably. And I'm so sick of Mayweather and McGregor at this point.
McGregor.
Yeah. Just like, come on, just get it over with already. It's in like 2 or 3 days now, but I bet it'll be completely like not even worth it. It'll probably be like 1 round. I bet you Connor gets knocked out. I would like to see him get knocked out just because he's so fucking mouthy. You know what I mean?
Well, aren't all those great boxers mouthy as hell? You know, Muhammad Ali wasn't he a mouthy son of a bitch when he was alive?
Yeah. But you got a boxer versus a grappler. It's I don't know. I guess no. Is McGregor more a striker? I think he is, right?
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. You're right. What people like plan and anticipate a fight so much, and then it's over in like 2 minutes, just one punch knockout.
Yeah.
Well, here's a pretty sad story. This kid gets a heart transplant, right? Okay. So this kid was turning 13, and he had just gotten a heart transplant, survived it for the last 6 months, and he was getting excited. He got into soccer because his donor was into soccer and everything else. So they take a picture of him on the porch. School bus drops him off at school for his first day in like 8th grade. And then he just collapsed and died.
Jesus.
On his first day of school. It's like ridiculous. It's like, what the? I think I know. They're like, well, we don't know what happened. It's like, it's called the excitement made the heart rate go up too fast. You know. But yeah, it's just really weird. It's just, this whole eclipse thing, everybody like, don't look up at the sun. It's an eclipse. It's an eclipse. It's like, who cares?
I mean, like, I went outside and I looked at it for like a few seconds. I was like, yep, that's good. All right. Back inside.
Yeah, I remember back when I was a little kid. I don't know what grade it was, 6th grade or something, 7th grade. But it was just like, I remember they gave the special glasses and said, "Remember, don't look up directly up at the sun without these glasses." You know, and that was the last time I remember.
That can damage to your eyes looking at an eclipse without any special protection.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but they're all acting like, "Oh my God, it's the end of the world." It's just everybody freaking out. And then there was a guy saying that he was looking to have sex with some girl and like complete the moment right as the sun got eclipsed or whatever. They would orgasm together. And
well, that's a little bit. That's an odd eclipse fetish, I guess.
Yeah,
that's a new one.
Very weak fetish.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
think the guy was
it's a fetish you could very rarely ever satisfy, given how rare eclipses are. So that's a terrible fetish to have.
I've been waiting 20 years
for this fetish to be overdone. Yes.
I know. Yeah. It's totally insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of astronomy or whatever, did you guys hear about how apparently on November 15th there's going to be kind of like a blackout? So essentially what's going to happen is there's going to be a reaction between Jupiter and Venus that essentially results in Jupiter releasing like an absurd amount of hydrogen gas, which will heat the sun up a bit more. And so it'll turn bluish. And
really?
So it's going to be like a little dimmer on Earth for starting on November 15th. And I don't know how long it'll run thereafter, but that's like kind of weird.
That is really weird. Are you serious, man?
That doesn't happen often.
No, that doesn't. Just shows how like insignificant our little planet is and how the sun can just go nuclear and destroy us at any time.
Yeah, it has us by the balls.
It does. Yeah, because the sun is so much more powerful than our little planet, you know. And even our planet is like so much more powerful than us. Like if Yellowstone erupts, it would wipe out billions of people. Nothing we could do about it. It's fucked up, I know.
Yeah, I can get to Yellowstone in like half a day. That doesn't sound good for me at all.
No, that doesn't sound good. If Yellowstone were to erupt, pretty much anything within like 100 miles would be obliterated, and then the whole United States would pretty much not exist anymore as a country. And the death toll worldwide would be over 1 billion people at least. Or because it would basically block out the sun worldwide, but the United States would get it worse because, of course, it's right in the center of the United States. So us as a country wouldn't exist anymore, and most of the population of America would die.
Not to mention that kind of event would create catastrophic like chain effects within ecosystems, which would probably damage communities way beyond the initial blast radius.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It would be catastrophic for the world in total.
The whole world would the average global temperature would decline. It would be like winter in the middle of summer, right after the volcano bursts, and it would take like decades for the plant to fully recover. So,
by the way, update news. I hate to disappoint everybody. When people heard that there's going to be a new Joker movie, I hate to disappoint everybody, but it is Jared Leto and Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
I'd fuck Margot Robbie.
Yeah, but Jared Leto and Margot Robbie in a Scorsese-produced Joker movie.
Like that actually could be interesting. Scorsese-produced Joker movie. That could be interesting. I know Scorsese. Yeah, I mean Martin Scorsese's a fucking scumfuck, but he's made some good movies. But he's a piece of shit. Though.
Yeah, but look forward to the trailer when.
He was on that fucking free Polanski list, which makes him, in my mind, total scum. Anyone who signed that fucking list.
Okay, but picture the trailer, okay? The trailer starts with Joker and Harley Quinn walking across the screen in slow motion while Gimme Shelter's playing in the background.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's rumors that the Batman isn't going to star Affleck, but I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
I've heard that as well.
They should keep Affleck because honestly, he was one of the saving graces of Batman versus Superman.
I was trying to look at this source article that they were pointing out, saying that he wasn't going to be in it, but apparently it's unclear that if they're doing that project or not with a new actor. But apparently, the Batman movie is supposed to take place. The Batman is supposed to take place in a different universe.
No, I hear it's still in the same DC expanded universe. It's from what I read, it's going to be like a Die Hard movie with Batman, basically him in Arkham Asylum.
Matt Reeves said that it's not part of the DCEU.
What?
Hmm?
All right, you got to link me that article. I never heard that. I heard the opposite.
He said when they approached me, I don't know if he's keeping it that way, but he said when they approached me, they said it was a standalone, that it's not part of the EU.
Being standalone doesn't mean it's not part of the DC cinematic universe. It can be standalone as in the story isn't connected to the other movies, but it's still set in that same universe.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ant-Man, like for example, in the Marvel universe, it didn't really have much connection to any of the other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies or Guardians of the Galaxy, same way, but still clearly in that same universe, you know?
There's a couple different stories that they have. I don't know. But it's like, sorry, I'm just looking at this thing. Yeah, so I don't know if they might have it in a different time zone, a time period or whatever. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe, but I think what it should be is like kind of like the game Batman Arkham Asylum. I kind of like a Die Hard Batman movie where the whole movie's just him stuck in Arkham Asylum with all his rogues, okay, and all of them hunting him down and him trying to survive. I think that'd actually make an awesome movie, and it would be a good way of trying to basically doing a solo Batman movie. It would kind of be a small localized adventure where the world's not in danger. Hence, why no other DC heroes would be involved.
Like, so, I actually might want to see the Joker movie with Jared Leto because he said that most of his role was cut out of that friggin' movie.
Yeah.
So if they give him a role where he's actually got a full part of the movie, might be a different story. But at least we better hope it won't be a fucking origin again, you know?
But Batman, I doubt they will. No, it'll probably. They recapped his origin a little bit in Batman versus Superman for no other reason but to justify that horrible Martha twist. Oh fuck, that was the worst scene in the movie.
Well, I'm kind of upset that Heath Ledger died too because that last Batman movie, kind of with the Joker, they kind of left it with a cliffhanger a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Ledger's death is the main reason for that. You know that that the Joker would have appeared in The Dark Knight Rises had Ledger not died, but they didn't want to recast him.
I still don't know about Scorsese doing Joker. I don't know.
Who knows? Like I said, Scorsese's a scumfuck, but he's made some decent movies.
Yeah.
Like my favorite Scorsese one is actually what's it called? Departed.
I thought Goodfellas is everyone's favorite Scorsese movie.
Yeah, I was about to say Goodfellas.
I don't know.
What I know him for.
Just the ending of Departed.
But also Shutter Island.
Yeah, the rat symbolizes obviousness.
Yeah, that movie is pretty interesting. There's still so much hidden in that movie too. But movies where they wake up at the end is like it's all a dream. That just bugs me, you know.
Yeah, I'm not too big a fan of that. I don't know what you'd call that. Just like an ending.
The trope, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was all a dream. But yeah, that was not a problem with that one. I mean, I only like the problem with Departed though is Leonardo DiCaprio's role and what's his name? The other actor in there. But their roles kind of confused me because it was like, who's the cop and who's not? Who's the cop again? Like, you know, when you're watching that shit, you're just like so confused about who the cop is. Because it's just one of forget who it was. But yeah, like I don't know, Jack Nicholson was really good in that movie too, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah, The Departed was fine, but it wasn't like great or anything.
I like weird movies. Like it's not Scorsese, but one of my favorite movies, like Lucky Number 11. I don't know if anybody's seen that one.
I have seen that one. I thought it was kind of shitty, honestly.
Yeah, no, just because of rating. Well, you definitely won't like my favorite of all time then, which is actually High Fidelity. So. I hate John Cusack now because he's a total dickhead. But yeah, but that movie was pretty epic.
Didn't Cusack fucking block me on Twitter?
Probably. I tried to get blocked, but he wouldn't block me.
You're blocked by John Cusack. Yeah, John Cusack was taking the Steve Shives route of using block bots.
Oh, I know, but I tried to get him too, and I just like I forget what I used all these memes and stuff that I sent him and everything, and it still didn't piss him off. I was just like, "What the hell's with 2012 and shit like that?" You know.
Hey, could you do a sequel to Con Air?
Like, because he's been in some good movies over the years, but I thought 1408 was okay. It wasn't awesome, but it was interesting.
It was decent. Yeah, I liked it.
High Fidelity, I mostly like it because, okay, when I was younger, I used to do, when I sent letters to girls or whatever, I would make mixtapes or whatever.
Mixtapes?
So that whole...
Fire.
Yeah. So that whole thing and that, back when CDs were popular and shit like that, and cassettes were still out, I used to do that kind of thing, so that's why it was just, I related to it a lot. I don't go around making top 10 lists or anything like that, but you know.
Not yet.
No, but the best part of the movie is when he's imagining what he's doing to the girl's boyfriend and everything, and it's just like with Rob Lowe or whatever his name is. That was one of the best parts of it, but. And then what was it, like Ice Harvest or whatever it's called? It was okay. Anything where he plays a hitman is pretty interesting, I find, but when he does this family man bullshit, it just gets really ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. 2012 could have been amazing, but they fucked it up. So
it's Roland Emmerich. You think he wasn't going to fuck it up? Come on. You ever see 10,000 BC in particular? My fucking God, is that movie stupid? All right. Why the fuck are pyramids existing 6,000 years before they were actually built? All right. Why the fuck are they built with mammoth-driven fucking carriages in a climate that mammoths could not possibly have survived in due to the heat? Holy shit! That movie is just too dumb. Why do they have fucking telescopes in it? You know, which weren't invented until like a couple hundred years ago. Oh my God.
You know, a good period movie. Have you guys seen Apocalyptico or whatever?
That's a really good movie.
No, I've not seen Apocalypto.
So what Mel Gibson did is he
made that one. Yeah.
No, yeah, but Mel Gibson went to the Amazon and got actual tribesmen to be in the movie. They don't speak a lick of English, so we don't know what they're actually saying. They could.
Well, it's subtitled, so.
Yeah, I know.
I thought the movie was excellent. I thought it was an excellent.
But how did Mel know what they were saying?
I'm sure he hired people that could translate for him.
Yeah, he's doing Passion of the Christ 2 right now, so I don't know what that's going to be like. But
it'll probably be gory because everything he makes is fucking gory.
Not really, because the only part.
Did you see Hacksaw Ridge? It was awesome.
Yeah, but the problem is that the next part in the Jesus story was he woke from the tomb and walked around and showed himself to a few people with his hands all. Oh, and then Thomas sticks his hand in his side. That's about it. I mean, they could make that gory, I suppose, but.
Oh yeah, he'll find some way to make it gory as fuck.
But Hacksaw Ridge I find interesting. They did exaggerate it a lot compared to the actual story about the guy, but with how many he rescued and everything else. But like, yeah, I was surprised at that movie. I thought it was gonna be all religious and bullshit, you know.
Yep.
But when I saw it, it was actually interesting, especially the fact that the guy went up there and he was saving Germans too. You know, that he just saved it. The Germans died when he saved them, but still. But still, that was the best part about that. And then, like, I don't know, you see him in Spider-Man and he sucks ass, but you see him in that movie and he's pretty good, you know? Like, I think it's just the script, maybe. He just doesn't do well playing a teenager. That's all it is. I think that was the problem with the original Spider-Mans too. I think Tobey Maguire just got too old, you know. Yeah,
I can see that.
Like, it just wasn't convincing anymore of him being in high school. Plus, Spider-Man 3, you know. not the Venom parts. The Venom parts I thought were okay, but the problems that I had with it were the dancing, like everybody, you know. everybody's like, "Oh, he's a misogynist now because of the Venom." But you know what feminists argued? They said that all the Venom does is bring out the bad stuff that's already inside you. So Peter Parker was already a misogynist. That Venom just brought it out.
Right. Yes. There was a joke in the How It Should Have Ended when he rescues Mary Jane at the end. She says, "You punched me in the face earlier." How It Should Have Ended comes up with some funny stuff. The one for Lord of the Rings was fucking funny as shit. Did you see that one?
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was incredibly easy. Yes, it was. Could you imagine what it would have been like if we had walked the entire way? Don't be ridiculous. One of us might have died.
The best was in Clerks 2 when they're like, Lord of the Rings is just a movie about a bunch of guys walking through a volcano. And then it's like, here's the first movie. They just walk around a little. Here's the second movie. Yeah, that whole bit. It's just funny. He's like, there's only one trilogy. And it's Star Wars. But yeah. And that's the funny thing is I'm so pissed off because the new Star Wars movie is going to be total garbage.
What? Why do you think that?
The new one?
Yeah. Why do you think it's going to be garbage? The last two.
Well, if the plot, I know, but a lot of people didn't like Force Awakens. But if the plot that I have in my head about the new movie is accurate from what I've seen, then it's going to be retarded. I think they're going to go with classic storylines from the old movies, which is going to be that. Okay, here's my theory.
That is my concern about it. That it'll be. So
Okay.
The real problem with the Force Awakens was that it was basically a remake of A New Hope, and I hope that.
Here's my theory. Rey is there training with Luke on the island, right? Because they said that they've hinted already that they had a scene where they were doing something really powerful with the Force, and I think it's that Kylo Ren and Snoke come in a destroyer or whatever they're called, Imperial destroyer, whatever they're called, right? Come down to because they found where it is in her head or whatever. So they're gonna come down to the planet in a ship or whatever, and then there's gonna be a battle. Okay, but what I think is gonna happen is Snoke is gonna somehow turn Rey to the dark side. She's gonna kill Kylo Ren, and then Snoke's gonna take her on as an apprentice.
That would actually be a nice twist. Actually, you wouldn't expect that.
Yeah.
But actually, the other theory is that she is actually the granddaughter of Palpatine. Because here's the theory. Here's the reasoning behind that theory. Pat. Okay, but here's the reasoning behind one of those theories: is that every movie, if you think about it, every Star Wars movie has been a Skywalker versus a what's his name? Palpatine. Okay,
well,
everyone.
Palpatine's dead, so he's not in this new trilogy.
No. But the family line. Every movie has had the family line of a member of Palpatine versus a Skywalker. Every one of them. And that's what's funny about it. That's why you think that. That's why they're having a theory that maybe it's the granddaughter.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I liked The Force Awakens and Rogue One. They're not perfect movies. They both have their problems, but they're both pretty good overall.
Here's another theory that I don't think is actually true, but there's one theory going around that Snoke is actually Mace Windu, and
yeah, there's a lot of theories going. Honestly,
Rey is related to Mace Windu. So
who cares, you know?
No, but when you watch Rey fighting with the lightsaber, she does that move that only Mace Windu did. So that's why they're thinking that maybe she's related to Mace Windu or something. And that basically, there's some other one that Kylo Ren was sent out to basically babysit Rey because she's related to somebody on the dark side, right? And that's why he didn't kill her or whatever. But if you watch it, it's just so ridiculous because you have to think about it. She knew how to do stuff so easily that she has to be related to somebody. You know. It's not Luke. They already said that it's not going to be Luke, so I don't know who it is. But she hugged Princess Leia. She hugged Leia like she knew her, though. So
Yeah, that was weird. That scene was probably the worst part of the movie because after losing Han, she hugs this girl she'd never met. Not not Chewbacca, the good friend that she's known for 40 fucking years.
Like they already said that it's not gonna be the brother and sister thing. Thank God. I hope they don't. They better not do that. I swear to God. If they're like, oh, Ray and Kylo Ren are brother and sister.
What if they're cousins though? What if she's Luke's daughter? You know.
And I don't know what they're gonna do. They filmed the last scene with Leia. I don't know if they're gonna have like her die, like make her character die and have a funeral for her. I don't know what they're gonna do. Or if it'll be like Kylo Ren killed her, and then Luke has to get revenge or something like that. I don't know. But like, yeah, I don't get why. I understand the family thing and it's his son and everything, but why the hell would he just stand there and let him stab him through the heart or whatever? Like, I don't understand why why he just stood there. What Kylo Ren did that? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Do you know why he did that? Why he just stood there and let his son kill him? I don't know. I didn't get it. So. But yeah, everyone complains about the movie and says Disney ruined it, but I don't know about that. I thought it was decent.
I don't agree with that. I think it was well executed for what it was. And yeah it had problems with it, but I think if you just look at it as a standalone, and because it's part of a series, it's hard to do that. But
it's like, oh, a blaster beam in the air is so amazing. It's like, really? Not really. Like, that wasn't that amazing to me. That part was just like, whatever. But BB-8 kind of a dick. That's all I'm saying. And it's like, I don't understand how Rey looks at the map once and then she memorized it off by heart somehow, or that she saw it for like 30 seconds and had enough of the map in her head for Kylo Ren to find out exactly where Luke is. It just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But I don't know. Do you think Luke's going to be all dark?
Maybe. Who knows? The Force Awakens was definitely the easiest money Mark Hamill's ever made.
Yeah.
Because he got paid more than the stars of that fucking movie for like a minute of time where he doesn't even talk.
And the rumor is too is that flashback she kept having wasn't a flashback. It was a thing about future events.
No, it's definitely a flashback because you see her as a child, unless she's like gonna devolve into a child.
No, not the spaceship flying away, but when she actually is standing there and Kylo Ren and the Knights are there.
Oh, that actually is possible. I could see that, but who knows? That'd be an interesting twist. But part of it was definitely a flashback.
No, I think that's in the next movie when Kylo Ren shows up at the temple. He's gonna have all the Knights with him or whatever.
Hang on, guys. I gotta go. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. I gotta go.
Have a good night, man. Subscribe to Loudmouth Reviews before you go.
I think I already have, but if I haven't, I'll do it really quick.
All right.
Anyway,
awesome,
yep. Thank you for having me on, and I'll see you guys later.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna end the live portion of this anyway. It's been an hour and a half, so it's been nice though.
Probably. Probably I've talked enough. Yeah.
Anybody watching this, go ahead and find.
Thanks for having me.
Go over to Loudmouth Reviews. No problem. Go find Loudmouth Reviews on Twitter and YouTube and subscribe to him. And
thanks, man.
EJ Cake is good too. EJ_Cake on Twitter, and you'll find his YouTube there. So
okay,
he's pretty awesome. He's just growing now. He's only got like 20 subs, so I know what that first 100 was like.
Yeah, the first 100 is the toughest 100 to make.
Yep.